Hello, everyone. It's time for the best map in the game. The best dang map in the whole dang game in the dang series. Oh, I went ahead and did like all my preps and stuff too, so we should be able to jump right on in. It's dark in here. So, let's see, do a little shopping. You're set to go. You're set to go. You're good to go. We got Mr. Gilliam here. We gotta build his weapon ranks. Look at this guy. God, this looks so sad. 15 defense. Vanessa's kind of ballin'. Garcia's back for a sec. Because who else am I deploying right now? He's kind of still just here as like a flunky unit, I think. He'll just kind of hang around for a second till I get other units. Yeah, 5 strength is kind of... but we're going to hope she pops off with the killer lands. Archer's still here. That's still here. Man, all my units are so under leveled. It's almost like I dumped everything into one guy. Natasha's here. Bought a restore staff because there's sleepy staffs. I don't want to go to bed. I got too many things to do. Put my phone in so it doesn't die. Otherwise... Yeah, at least sleep isn't permanent like the last playthrough I did. Wait, 16... Oh, hype. Oh, what? No! Kyle, you were the chosen one! Dang. Ford's the only one who can... Oh, wait. Watch this. Boom. Ford is the only one who can pick up Gilliam right now. That's kind of tragic. Let's see. How are we gonna do this? Put you closer to the front. I mean, we'll move some of like you guys to the back so you can catch up. Let's see. Thank you. Yeah, we'll do something like this, I think. What could go wrong? Oh, the armor just vanished. Goodbye. Okay, look, Fort Rigwald sucks, but at least we get the really good music. I'm not gonna light the torch. What I will do, I think, is light this torch turn 1. Yo! Is that C stabs? Well, that's B. Girl, I already have B stabs. Let's go. Yo. It'd be so mean if the AI prioritized targeting your restore users. Ooh, with statuses. That'd be mean. I know you kind of have to do that in FE5. Oh, nice. There's... Shoot, I think it's in, like, 24 Den of Evil. No, Baron in Black. There's a room full of Dark Mages, all with a bunch of status stabs, but one of them has Restore. So you have to silence him first, or else he'll just run around restoring all the guys that you're trying to shut up. That was when you used the Thief Staff. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, it used to have Thief Staff. Huh. I think the Restore makes more sense. I kind of like him having Restore. It's like, hey, you gotta target this guy first if you want to get these guys. Oh, I guess I could have sported there. Oops. But there, we can see Amelia. Get him, Garcia. Yeah, I can use Thief Staff if you reverse steal on him. I was under the impression just enemies can use PRFs. I didn't know like certain enemies had certain PRF tags. I thought just enemies could use PRFs. Which is why you have stuff like the Vujax Berserker, the unlock guys in which chapter number is it? Nice grip. I don't know the chapter number. I think it's 18. No, 18, 20. Yeah, axe rank. Meet unstoppable force and immovable object. He is both. Patch him up before we throw him to the wolves. I sure can't wait to get a free Speedwing. Oh, I guess if I could brought Franz to this map, I could have used Franz to recruit Amelia. I really don't want to use Amelia. I really don't. I'm a level chief. I don't find Amelia very fun. But I know that's very much a me thing. I know Amelia has tons of fans that all really like her, but steal the Speedwing, then pull a Kid's World. That's a great idea. We'll get like 4 experience for killing her. Maybe I should have moved Colm like earlier so I could actually see the enemies. They have crit on him. If Archer doesn't double, it's over. There's the cabs. Gee, if only I had a halberd. Get him, Gilliam! They have crit on him. Luckily, Garcia doesn't have... Well, people don't have crit on Garcia. He's too good for this. He doesn't double the steel bow Archer, which is a little upsetting. Archer, look out! So there's the reinforcements. Colm, give me eyes. I also kind of want to poke something with him. I gotta feed him levels. My god. Gotta give him EXP somehow. Looks like a job for Gilliam! Just chip the guy. Big sword. You know, as much as I love the lance on a chain and the axe on a chain, I really like the newer animations a lot of hacks use for axes, where it treats the axes kind of similar to their sword animations, where it's like up over their back, and they kind of sling it forward like the sword. I think they look pretty cool. Archer kill! We have a little ways to wait until we get our next guiding rings, but yeah. He's going crazy. Oh wait, I still have a guiding ring. I haven't used the first guiding ring. Something I really want to do in a run one day. Yeah, I dumped all my EXP into one guy. My units are kind of underleveled. I dumped everything into Archer. Something I really want to do one day that's a really bad idea is next time I play Erica route, I really want to send the first guiding ring on Ephraim and then use it on Noel in the desert. Because I think that would be mad funny. Set up. Oh, Fort doesn't have anime. Here, we'll give him some anime. He deserves it. Time for a Colm kill. Candies doesn't have the Master Seal from the top, but what if I need it? I might want that Master Seal. You can get the Master Seal, or, well, also if you do the Guiding Ring on Ephraim, you can also, like, use it earlier. He doesn't have to spend, like, his first turn going to the village. He can just eat it. No, doesn't start with a Master Seal. He has to visit the village turn 1 to get it. So it would save like a turn of Null having to visit the village, then eat the Master Seal. It would let him just eat the Guiding Ring immediately, and then start doing stuff. You did it at your 0%? Oh, that's awesome. Nice level. Again, I don't think it's a good idea. I think this is... I don't think I shouldn't recommend doing this. I don't think it's a good idea. I just think it'd be a funny idea. Who do I want to pick up and move forwards? I could move Archer forwards a tiny bit, I think. Pick up. I think I am the most qualified person to talk about Null. I'm the Null caliber guy. I trained Null all the way up to S rank Anima. I mean, yeah, like, I don't mean it like in a... Oh, right, I put Natasha on the bottom of the staff ordering. On the bottom of the deployment order. Why did I do that? Why am I not thinking? Yeah, I'm not talking like LTC, I'm just talking like playing the map. Like if you wanted to use Null or have Null like do... You could set... Okay, so you load up Ephraim's inventory. You do like Regin Leaf, Guiding Ring, Heal Staff, and then like an Iron Lance or something to... Or an Iron Axe or a Hand Axe, that's what it is. You trade a Hand Axe for Dusel, and then he can like get his free Steel Lance or whatever. Or you could just fill his inventory with stuff. But yeah, you could do like... Cool, now Null can, like, be a Staffer Boy 1 turn earlier, so you don't have to, like, spend a turn doing it or whatever. So I remember there's Dark Mages that show up down here, but I don't remember how soon they show up. I think they should be here in, like, a turn or two. Yeah, I think next turn they show up. Whole bunch of Cavaliers? Well, this looks like a job for Gilliam! We'll get on the sword rank grind. Do this to set up, and then feed it to you. Gilliam grind set. Yeah, I'm very proud of my Null caliber. That was hell to train, though. Using 10-1 Null was hell. It was funny, but my god. Holy, Null is a bad combat unit. I had the Hoplon Guard glued to him the entire time, because this was the Draft Iron Man. This was a Draft Iron Man. So I had the Hoplon Guard glued to him the entire time. I mean, I saw the message before the delete. You could talk about Bells of Violet even though I don't like it. Now, it'd be funny if someone tried to do like an all fog for Bells. I wouldn't be the guy to do it. But, oh wait, does that guy have a heavy spear? Wait, there's a soldier with a heavy spear. Oh no, it's this guy. Okay, that might actually do like a little bit of damage. That would be 30, 39... Yeah, that'd actually do, like, a good amount of damage. Oh yeah, Cromer just does that. Like, deploying Cromer just makes the map fog. Which, hey, I would never deploy that unit, but I think that's a really funny and cool idea for a unit. I feel like if I put Garcia down here, I might be putting him in danger, but kind of want to trade you to, well, he's on to 8. It's 24 plus 9, 33. It would take 18 from the heavy spear if he had an axe equipped. So what if instead, and then everyone else would do like nothing, like actually nothing. Yeah, literally 0. Do like that. Drop him there. Switch you to the Iron Axe. Boom. Take. Drop. Neato. You can go help fight the Dark Mages down here in a sec. There we go. Yeah, FE8 actually got the triple effectiveness, so like it's not gonna like OHKO him or something, but it will do like a decent chunk of damage. Whenever I did try to play Bells, I remember I got to the map that Chromar's on, like the big port map that Chromar's on, and I remember him looking atrocious as a unit. Because he's using like his Doulahan sword, which has like 50 base hit. So like he's using his Doulahan versus a guy on terrain. So whenever I first saw like the combat menu pull up and Doulahan like does a round of combat, I was like, wow, this guy makes Fog of War appear, and he has like garbage combat against enemies. Like, why would I ever deploy this guy? And I like actually looked at his stats afterwards. I was like, wait a sec, this guy has jack numbers. He's just using a weapon with no hit. Look out, Garcia! There we go. Yeah, he's meant to miss over and over so he doesn't eat Doulahan uses, and so he doesn't just kill the pirate guy before you have a chance to do the side quest. But I do remember thinking it didn't give him like a very good first impression as a unit, because I didn't realize he's using a weapon that like is designed to not hit. I want to do this. I really don't want to eat Killer Lance uses on this down here. Archer, how do you do against this guy, actually? Do you think units' artificial downsides built in is a good game design? You mean like having a unit with, like, weaknesses? If anything, I feel like the Doulahan sword having really bad hit is like only an upside, because you don't want to actually use the Doulahan, right? Because it like revives upon death. So I feel like you don't want to actually hit things with the Doulahan. Oh, the fog thing? I think that's a cool idea. I think so to anyone who's like lost on what's going on, in Bells of Island, there's a unit who joins around like chapter 6-ish or something, and he has monstrous stats. He has really good numbers, really good combat unit, but he has a gimmick where after like the first round of combat he makes the map Fog of War. So if you want to, and he gets like bonuses depending on how many fog tiles are around him or something, but the big deal is that he makes the map fog. So you kind of have a choice. Do you want to use the really good numbers unit with a sword that revives him if he dies, but you have to put up with the map being fog now? And I think that's a really cool idea as like a balancing for a unit. Now, I'm sure it means the unit is way better on replays, because on your first playthrough, like every map being fog is gonna be scary. No, Josh, I trusted you. Yeah, I'm all for cool things like that. Dun-da-da-da-doo. Yep, that's just what he does. That's just the Ephraim special. I love Ephraim's throwing animation. He just hucks it. Yeah, he just throws it as hard as he can. Just goes for it. His animation's also funny because you can tell it's so much smoother and like detailed than a lot of the other animations in the game. Like you can tell that it's a new one. Javelins are made for throwing. That is a line I have not heard in a long while. That's from like an old FE8 guide, right? Like an old GameFAQs guide for FE8. I remember reading that with a friend a couple months ago, or yeah, a couple months ago. We were looking at old GameFAQs guides because that's how we bond. So we were looking at like old GameFAQs guides, and we found an old FE8 one. And during the Ephraim entry, this is like the only time they ever bring up javelins. But they bring up like Ephraim has 7 move on promo, but like javelins are made for throwing, so he technically has like 9 effective attack space or attack range. That might not be what you're referencing, but that's what I thought of whenever I heard it. I remember you brought back like an old memory of a funny GameFAQs guide. There is honestly a lost art to those old GameFAQs guides from like 2012 or something, where you have like, not only is it just like a guide, but it's also got like table of contents. Hey girl, I really want to look at strength. I would really appreciate a strength level every now and then. Like, I'm asking to lock in, please. But you have like a nice table of contents. You have like how mechanics are explained, sometimes kind of poorly. But you'd also get like, shoot, I never know how to pronounce this word. I know what the word is, but I don't know how to pronounce it. But they like make like designs on the page using like typing stuff out. So they would use like lines and brackets and dashes and like bars, I think they're called. ASCII art? How do you say that? ASCII is pronounced ASCII? Aki? Yeah, that. Yeah, they would like do cool designs throughout the guide. And I think it's cool. Never pronounce it yourself, but yeah, that stuff. Yeah, they would have like all kinds of stuff like that on their guides. So charming. The problem is, some of those guides were kind of wrong in some places. 2012, I expect them to be older. There's some older ones. I just remember 1 or 2 of them I remember reading was from like 2012. There's some from like 2010. Yeah, sometimes they would just kind of have wrong information. Like, one of them I remember reading was... This was also a really old one. This was, like, I don't remember what year this one was. Somewhere around that, like, 2010s, maybe even 2009-ish. But, it says, like, this guide is specifically for normal mode. This is the writer's pane, right? Yeah. This guide is specifically for normal mode because in hard mode, the enemy is more likely to hit low % hits than in normal mode. So if the enemy has a 40% chance to hit you, they're actually more likely to hit you in hard mode than in normal mode. Like, the 40% is lower in normal mode. Like, talking like there's a different RN system between the modes. Like, wouldn't that be a one? Okay, that would require IS to like acknowledge that there's multiple RN systems at play. But wouldn't that be a really cool like difficulty option? For like starting a new game, pick a difficulty: easy, normal, hard, lunatic. Do you want fixed mode? Do you want random mode? Do you want permadeath? Yes or no? And then do you want like Fates RN? Do you want GBA RN? Or do you want like True RN? They could call it even like Fates RN, like GBA RN. I know it's more than GBA, but I feel like it's what most people associate it with. God, I'm so dehydrated. I drink so much water. Should we use the power of democracy to sacrifice Tana to use, or to sacrifice Vanessa to use Tana? I'll do you one even better. 2 cakes. Wowie. They could just do it and not tell you. Okay, knowing IS, that's exactly what they would do. They would just change the RN system between modes and then just not tell you that you're just using a completely different RN system for the harder difficulty. You know what? Let's do a little bit of engagement here. Star poll. What is your favorite FE RN system? 1 RN, 2 RN, hybrid RN. Yeah, I enjoy fixed mode every now and then, especially if I'm trying to do a run for science, as I call it. If I'm like, oh, I really want to use like Ford this run, but I want to see if he's as bad as everyone says, so I'll play on fixed mode and see how his averages look versus like other things. So I like fixed mode every now and then, but I think forcing fixed mode for the first Madden playthrough is a little silly. I can kind of tell that they were trying to make the first Madden playthrough a bit more controlled, so that for your first Madden playthrough, you could like, how to say this? Well, I guess I never sold the Orion's Bolt. I can tell they were trying to make it so if you do your first Madden playthrough, you're less likely to get like screwed over by like bad levels. Again, I think they should have given you the option to play random mode on your first playthrough, but I can like kind of see what they were going for, I guess. Definitely want to try Madden again without fixed mode in place. That sounds very neat. I'm sure there's some stuff I could have done differently on my Madden playthrough that would have made it better. You guys have javelins, right? Doggone it. Hey, IS, can we cool it with the enemies with 1-2 range, please? I don't like it. I think 1-2 range needs to be used very sparingly on enemies. I think it's very easy for enemies with 1-2 range to get very annoying. What strength you got? 11, 15. You have to make everyone warriors. Yeah, we're just gonna back up. We're just gonna make this the Gilliam hand axe party, actually. Yeah, I'll just let him go to town. He deserves it. Interesting, 1RN is winning. Huh. Chain attacks should have been 100%. I wish chain attacks were actually like usable in the player's hands. Like, I think chain attacks are like a nice bonus, but chain attacks should have just been like something similar to attack stance even. Because attack stance is really, really fun. Chain attacks are just kind of like, oh. Chain attacks definitely feel more like an anti-juggernauting tool than like a player tool to make a lot of use out of. Cool. Yeah, they help you secure like those almost 1 rounds. Or if you're fighting like a scary boss, you can have like, oh no, Boucheron like dies if he attacks this boss. Well, I can just have him like wait next to him and like do chain attack chip damage, I guess. All right, so there's this bozo. I kind of want this, but I also hate getting this red gem. So I might not even go for it. Let's see. Yeah, otherwise, chain attacks are just very... not that much. Like, they're kind of... like, I appreciate them when they go off, but... look out, the Speedwing is running towards you. I guess I better put her on screen. Yeah, chain attacks are much more of a like anti-juggernauting tool than like a tool the player's supposed to be using against the enemy. Now, when it comes to chain attacks, though, there is like an event horizon of if you chain attack hard enough and like fully commit to the chain attack grind, it can eventually do something. But I don't know, I feel like there's much more effective play styles than like turning everyone into backups and going for like super chain attack strats. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. Boom, grab. Take, drop. Kind of want to put Ephraim here instead. Warrior is a good class. I just don't think everyone should be a warrior. Like I think I had 2 warriors whenever I played. Oh wait, Joshua's too big. Oh well, they're the exact same size. Oh well. Consequences of my actions. Oh yeah, if you have like pair up on someone, the enemy doesn't see that you have pair up and they just still go for it. Look out, she's coming for us. Whoosh. Use 4 on your Matting Run, Amber Marin, Panette Fogado. Yeah, I put... who did I put in Warrior? I put Panette in Warrior. And I had one more, but I cannot for the life of me remember who it was. Because I had like... who was that Madden playthrough? Who did I use? I had... Martial Master Alir. I used Ivy in her personal class. I used Wyvern Lord Kagetsu. I used Great Knight Amber. Who else did I use? Sage Pandreo. Griffin Knight Chloe. Who are the other ones? Mage Knight Citrine. A lot of the really basic picks. I used a lot of the really, really basic, like, units in that playthrough. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of dodge tanking, especially in a hybrid RN game, just because, like, it's scary. I might die. Maybe I did just have the one warrior. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of like trying to dodge tank and engage. Mostly because I find it really difficult to thread that needle of high enough avoid so that the Avo tanking actually works, but not so high you get ignored. Time Crystal exists? Well, you have like 10 uses of it, so I'd rather not waste some of my uses on like trying to make a dodge tank work whenever I can just use something else. Plus, I don't really like just having to use the time crystal for something. Like, I don't really like using the strat of hope this works. Just, like, throw myself at it, and if it doesn't work, rewind. Not really as big a fan of that. Which is a playstyle difference. I realize that some people would rather, like, play differently. That's cool. But, I don't know. For me, I'm just not a big fan of... Well, I have time crystals, so I'll just do this. Now, some of the later maps I did do that. But, I don't know. I'm just not as much a fan of something like that. You know what? I have some pure water. I'm going to grab pure water real quick. Take a sip. Ran out of the 10 basically every map on your first playthrough. I came pretty close on some of the late maps. I ran out on the map where you run up to Vale and like the right before you have to like gather all the rings. I ran out in that map. I know there's another one I almost ran out on. But yeah, I know there's a couple maps that I actually came pretty close to running out of time crystals. I think I ran on the Avalanche map. I think I came close on that one. I had like 3 or 4 left. Maybe 3 left on the Avalanche map. I know there's Cavaliers coming. Yeah, I want the red jump. I'm going to let my greed win. Oh, that's crit on my unit. Why are there more Thunder Mages? Ah yes, why are they all Thunder Mages? This makes me very unhappy, I guess. Yeah, I grabbed the Speedwing off of her. I'm just going to leave her down here for the rest of the map. You can Avo stack a lot to force 0% so enemies not attack you. Oh, yeah! I've done that in, That's what I did with Martial Master Alir, was, avoid stacker so high that the enemies never target her. They'll just hit everyone that's getting, What's the skill called? Dual Guarded? I forgot what the skill is called. But yeah, I did use that. I think that's a really viable way to weaponize the like zero avoid ignore against the enemies. I think that's a pretty cool idea. But as far as like Avo tanking for a unit to stay alive versus a group of enemies, not as much my thing. But I wouldn't really call like making your avoid 105 to make enemies ignore you. I don't know if I would call that Avo tanking. I would call that more like ghosting almost, which can do stuff. I did something similar in a Conquest playthrough I did. I really did not feel like doing the Kitsune map, so I just deployed Benny with a Horse Slayer. Not Horse Slayer, the freaking Fate's equivalent. We had deployed Benny with the Beast Slayer, and he had enough bulk so that they would ignore him with my Corrin pair up and standing in a forest. So I could kind of like toggle on and off the enemy's aggro whenever I wanted. So whenever I was ready to fight more enemies, I could just walk off the forest tile after I had healed. So I was able to kind of do stuff like that. You've called it Avo walking sometimes, being an infinite obstruct tile. Yeah, basically, yeah. Like, you're just kind of like a semi-permanent light rune. Oh yeah, Gilliam can use that halberd that we got in Chapter 7. Woo. Is there a term, is there a general term for, like, what we're describing? Where, you just Avo stack for the sake, like, to purposefully get ignored? Because I don't know if we have, like a word for that. Because I kind of like Avo Walking. I think you're kind of cooking with Avo Walking. I think that's a really cool name. Because I was thinking, like, Ghosting, but that's a pretty, like, boring name. I like Avo Walking. How much is 5 might? So the 10 extra damage, 23. Oh, she's fine. Walling, solo runs, DIY version of a shade unit. Yeah, it's basically like DIY stillness. Ooh, wait, I have a plan. Attack this guy. By the way, this heal staff was added in the English version. This heal staff is not the Japanese version. He just has a 3-use sleep, and then he's like out of a job. So like they added that in the English version. Which out of all the choices in the game, it's one of them. See, here comes some more calves. Well, not exactly what I was going for, but this also works. The idea is to get the archer pinned down there by a cav or something. Should have brought 4 sleep staves. Ike foreshadowing. This is your tutorial on status staves. There are 12 uses of them. Yeah, they also added heal staves to the droppable status enemies. I still have not forgiven whoever did that. I kind of do want to... So, I already have so much FE8 content on my channel. It's such an easy game to, like, do videos on, because it's... Or streams on, because it's pretty low effort. Compared to other games, like, you can kind of, like, more easily turn your brain off and play it. Man, I'm already out of water. But I kind of want to do, like, a Japanese playthrough of FE8 to show off the version differences, because I think it's fascinating, some of the changes they made between the games. Javelin guy. Oh, Gilliam doubles. No. We'll do this. We could use the cracked core mag. Yeah, I feel like I'd have to go Erica route so I can use the cracked core mag. This way you could just play Sacred Stones Reforged. I think I've heard about Reforged. I don't quite know very much about it, but I feel like I've heard about it. Or I've heard the name before. Is that the one with the infinite durability weapons? Because I know there was one Sacred Stone hack that made weapons infinite durability, and it was like an instant turn off. Alright, Ford, go down here and, like, block this guy off some. It's not. Okay, that's a different one I'm thinking about. Oh wait, I think I played a little bit of Reforged. That's the one where you find, like, the Magvel ore to, like, repair the legendary weapons, right? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Or is that the one you guys are talking about? Or not repair the legendary weapons, but restore their like monster effectiveness. The one with the lighter Lance Reaver that lets Erica solo half of her route maps. I think Erica's PRF should have been a personal Lance Reaver. If I were on the team and I were helping call the shots, I think Erica's PRF should have been a personal Lance Reaver, like a personal lighter Lance Reaver, instead of a rapier like all the other lords. I think that would be really cool flavors, because she's so used to sparring with Ephraim using lances, so she would be really good at fighting them. Oh yeah, Determination is a very good map theme. Also seems like that should have been the call for the rapier ever since they introduced the weapon triangle. Look, IS still doesn't understand the... Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't scare me like that! Bro! What was that chance? That was like 30-something in 2RN into like a low % crit. Hey, don't do that. That was scary. Okay. Well, he's still alive. that was kind of terrifying. Oh, it's okay. He's alive. It's okay. I feel like I have to get on top of the restoring. If I don't restore him, then I'm gonna fall behind in restoring people. I'll just have him run away and drink a vulnerary. Okay, he's alright. He's fine. I really want to get rid of this guy. Javelin! Anyways, I was talking about something. Oh! The rapier. IS, up to this point, still hadn't fully understood the consequences of adding a weapon triangle into the game. I mean, like, look at FE11. They still had no idea that there were consequences to their actions. Okay, you live a crit, and the hit rate's really low. So this is, like, pretty safe. Okay. Yeah, IS just refused to acknowledge that adding a weapon triangle means that the weapon that's supposed to do extra damage versus the classes that use lances a lot doesn't do very well anymore. I mean, like, look at Roy's Rapier. Like, the big reason you use Roy's Rapier is not for effective damage. You use it because it's accurate. Like, I feel like that's the #1 reason you use Roy's Rapier. Like, it's fun to, like, poke sword cabs with it, but like, that's not, like, the real sauce. Okay, now we get some lance cabs from the bottom right here in a sec. Yeah, that was a unit almost dying to FE8 Luna. The weapon's embarrassing. Ooh, could I just kill this guy? No. Yeah, sip vulnerary, please. I know there's a mercenary over here to the top right. Oh yeah, if FE6 Rapier was effective against Nomads, it'd be even better. But it's still one of your best bets for Nomads, because it actually has a hit rate. We'll wait right there. I'm sure we'll poke this guy a little bit. Yeah, the northeast, there's some mercenaries from the top right that show up eventually. Yeah, so eventually there's going to be like 3 cavs down here for a couple turns, and then a mercenary from right here for like 3 turns. The consequence of forgetting to set an ID flag on 4 classes in the game. Yup. Look out, Archer. I'm going to go fill up my water real quick. I'm actually really thirsty. Back. Project Ember basically makes it a point to exactly one-shot Nomads with a Rapier. Huh. That's neat. Wait, do you only fight Valkyries in 15? I never thought about that. Like how Amelia is poking the cursor. Please pick me. Yeah, I guess I never thought that you only fight Valks in that one map, huh? I guess. Okay, it's a good thing you only fight them in that one map, because they would be terrifying if you had to fight Valks in more maps. Because, like, FE7 Valks, like, everyone points to, like, the FE7 Valkyries for being really scary. Could you imagine if FE6 threw that many Valkyries at you? Like, that'd be scary. The scariest part is how little EXP they give. FA6 instead has scary druids. Capped magic status druids. Or just flux druids. They hit you hard. They do damage. And then FE7 was like, okay, like druids are pretty scary and all, but what if now they had a weapon that just killed you if it crit? Like, what if druids just had a weapon that just made you attack, that just made you die? I wish I think it'd be cool if Valk showed up more often, just for more, like, enemy variety. I am all for more enemy variety. Some games are not very good at giving us enemy variety. Yeah, for those... Okay, that Aircal Valk must have just left a very present memory in my mind, because I could have swore you fought Valkyries more often in FE6. But I guess that one Valkyrie just or the one or two Valks just lives in my head forever. FE11 enemy variety, my beloved. To be fair, it was a remake of FE1. Yeah, games like FE1, 11, even like Echoes, like there's no enemy variety in Echoes, but there's also like 8 classes in the game. Like, it's kind of hard to do enemy variety when there's only like 8 classes to work with, and there's no enemy like male or female mages or sages. Like, I pointed out this one the other day, that like whenever you fight enemy magic in Echoes, it's pretty much always Arcanists and what are they called? Witches. Like, if I had to think of like enemy mages, there's like a sage in the Ligma's Armband side quest, or maybe that's the Royal Shield. You don't. There's a sage in like the Fear Mountain test. Yeah, there's like no enemy sages like at all. Yeah, there's no enemy pegs either. So like there's just like no enemy variety, but there's also just like no classes for them to pull from. I guess some of it's all the monster classes, which is probably some of it. I imagine on... No, I don't know this for sure. I'm not an expert as far as like cartridge space and stuff like that. But I imagine all the monster classes in Echoes are taking up some of the class data. Also, I just remember there's a Killing Edge merm up here. Yeah, there's enemy pegs in the post-game. That would require me to play the post-game. Yeah, you can reach. You don't double, right? 14, no. 16. 8 times 3. Okay, you live a crit. Yeah, I played Thebes like twice. The original Gaiden gargoyles are straight up the same enemy data, or the same data as Pegasus. I know the armored fiends are the same way for Barons, because the Seraphim spell is not effective against enemy fiends, like the enemy armored fiends. But they're just reusing like the Baron class data. Yeah, Gaiden has a lot of programming shortcuts. Popping off? Let's go. Yeah, so if I had to take a guess, some of the reason why there's so little enemy variety, or so few classes, is like all the monsters are just eating up the class data. But I don't know how like cartridge space works and stuff, so I could just be completely wrong. I could just be spreading misinformation, but if I had to take a guess, that's probably what it is. You know the class Rain is in? Vestals. They're in the forest where Celica wanders around as a rare foe in the overworld. Oh, that's neat. I've seen so few of the rare spawns in Echoes, despite playing the game a whole bunch. I've seen very few of the rare spawns. Is his level still higher than his strength? Ooh, we can check. But yeah, as much as I love Echoes, God, the maps are like just nothing a lot of the time. Oh, it's calves that appear up there, not mercs. Oh, stupid idiot guy. Wait, he's in getting shot range. Nice. Okay, don't gotta worry about that guy. God, what turn are we on? Jesus, this map is so long. Get out of my way. It is I who does the critting. Ford being useful, what dark magic? Ford isn't even really like... So, okay. The Ford hate is kind of crazy because I think it's like way overblown. He's the worst of the three calves, but like he's like fine. If you compare his averages to Franz, they're not that far off. Like his averages behind the other calves are not that far off, but like, girl, I would really appreciate a strength level sometime around now. Like, I'm begging you, girl, please, for the love of God. Yeah, you can open the door. Do I need to heal anyone this turn? Ford will be fine. Ford can just take a drink. Door. Yippee! Oh boy, what an inventory to start with. Give me that. Talk. I believe neither the original or remake has enemy saints or clerics. Their artwork is only used as NPCs and echoes. Yeah, I don't think there are actually. Yeah, I never thought, yeah, you just never encounter those. You just never really fight them. Oh wait, does Tana have a higher strength base? Yeah, she does have a higher strength base. Maybe I'll have Tana, like, wall these guys for a sec to get some EXP. Alright, let's see how Ford's doing. Yep, 9 strength. 9 strength in the dream. Where's the vulnerary? Give me that. Delicious. Vanessa's missed all 10 of her 35% strengths. Yup. She's doing her best. Alright, Colin, go open some boxes. I'll use up this chest key. It's not eating up space. And to save me on lockpick uses. Go. Siren gaming time. Triangle attack. Womp. Setting up kills. Womp. He's jagging out. Now, you may all remember or know the strat of using Gilliam to be a Jagan by having Seth rescue him. Well, get ready for Gilliam Jaganing just for being himself. Nice. We're setting up for Tana. Setting up with the Killer Lance. More guys. Oh boy. Okay, so you step out of the way. Because now it's time for the Tana hype train. I like Tana. Well, that kills. Well, that kills. Well, she dies. They also have a steel sword. Here, we'll just wait. Yeah, I like Tana's design a lot. It's always so funny to me to look at FE8 portraits and then look back at like FE6 portraits and see just how difficult, or see how different the like how much more detailed the portraits are. Oh my god, I was supposed to move him that way. I'm not thinking, therefore I'm not am. Thracia, woo! We wouldn't need this unreliable sword hit rate if we had a slim axe. You know it. Oh my god, he got speed. I do think IS's refusal to have some kind of slim axe and instead call it the compact axe is incredibly funny. No, we swear, it's not a slim axe. Trust us, it's a compact axe. We would never make a slim axe. Why would we do that? Think we're crazy? Alright, Ford time. By Ford time, I mean almost Ford time. Where's the javelin? You have a javelin. You also have a javelin. Whoosh! Hand axe. Apparently, Tana was gonna have Amelia's design before they changed hers for the Amelia to be a lowly recruit. Yeah, she was also gonna have. I believe she was also gonna have like a special trainee like flyer class. There's a lot of very interesting pre-release FE8 stuff. Like I want to say Tethys was going to use a version of Naomi's portrait, but it was going to have like red hair, earrings, and stuff like that. But they decided instead to repurpose the portrait for Naomi and kind of like toned it down a little. Oh, you should go to the wiki and find like version difference or like pre-release portraits for FE8, because there's old Ford and Kyle portraits that look very different. Do you remember Nate the Dragon Rider? Yeah, there's going to be like a Wyvern Rider named Nate, and the portrait and stuff used for Cormag was going to be in Joshua's place. So there's just some lost soul named Nate out there somewhere waiting to be implemented into the game. Yeah, there's a lot of very different stuff about pre-release FE8 that we've learned. It's very interesting. Also, he only has 9 strength. Can we get some strength, please? Slim implies it's for girls, you know, just like the FE9 item description. Yep. We know, yep, you know it. A sword generally preferred by women. I floored someone the other day by telling them that's a real thing. Like, I mentioned that, and they were like, no, you're like making that up, right? Like, no, if you check the description of a slim sword or a slim lance, it says like a lighter weapon preferred by women. Because we all know women can't be big and strong, you know, that would be outrageous. Yeah, La Rochelle was going to have, like, Tana's portrait at some point with, like, a lot less color variety. It's going to be a lot more blue. FE9 slim weapons are ironic because the only two get weighed down by them are at base are Ike and Oscar. I knew Ike got weighed down by an iron sword. I forgot Oscar loses speed from an Iron Lance. And if you look at, like, what's it? If you look at Marcia can use an Iron Lance without losing speed. Like, Marcia starts with a Slim Lance, but she can use an iron weapon at base without losing speed. Like, it's just dumb. No, women can't use strong, heavy weapon, which is funny because IS also created Echidna, which is, like, strong, cool woman. Wow, we're about to go through, like, this entire Iron Axe. I've been using so much Gillium. Eat Vulnerary. Okay, you go down this way so you can help. She'll be fine. We'll just drink Vulneraries or something. Home, go open boxes. I keep forgetting to make you go open boxes. Open boxes. Okay. We'll just kind of leave it right here and see what happens. Astrid has 6 strength but gets 2 on promotion to be exactly enough for an Iron Lance. Wowie. If it ends con for you, I really don't like strength as, like, weight mitigation. I think games like Path of Radiance and FE11 have the worst possible way of doing, like, weight mitigation in FE. Like, oh yeah, I also don't like when in Three Houses does it either. I think using strength for reducing weapon weight's just a bad idea. I think you either do a con system or you do, like, FE4 and Gaiden, where just weight subtracts from your speed directly. I think you do one of those two. Because the strength thing just means that, oh, you want, like, good strength no matter what class you are, so it just kind of screws over magical units a lot. On the bright side, he is bulky. 13 defense. Bro is, bulking out. Delicious. Yeah, I think Con's neat, but I understand not liking it, so that's why I think at this point I kind of just prefer, like, an FE4 weight directly reduces your speed. Just, if a steel sword has 2 weight, you lose 2 speed while it's equipped. Like, plain and simple. Yeah, it doesn't help that base GA emblem does a pretty bad job at giving units con. If you look at FE7... God, I've been in this map for over an hour. Get me out of this place. I'm turning off anime for a sec so we can get out of here faster. I really don't want to be in this map. I love you, FE8, but I don't like this map. What was I talking about? Also, I really need to trade this torch off of the top slot. Okay, anyways, I was saying something. Yeah, they really had no idea what they were doing with the con system as far as, like, how much con they give to certain units. One of my favorite ones that someone pointed out is, like, if you promote Marissa up and compare her con to, like, Ewan after he promotes up, Ewan has, like, more con than Marissa, despite being, like, 8 years old. It's kind of ridiculous. Engage in some silly class-based comparisons where like -1 build, +1 speed. Yeah, there's a lot of weird places where it's like, oh, if I reclass over here, I like lose. Oh my god, that was close. Like I lose a point of build, but I get like 2 points of speed. It's like, okay, so that's just an upside. Yeah, like the female mounted aid formula is also ridiculous. The sexist aid formula. Yeah, Ford actually came close to dying. I need to pay attention. Engage Con feels like it's in such a weird place. Like it's in the game, but I also feel like it's not sometimes. Like it is technically a mechanic in the game, but I don't know. It just feels a little odd, I think. Like it's so low on so many units, you're almost always losing speed anyways. So I almost wonder why they didn't just reduce the weight of most weapons by like 5 and just do like an FE4 thing where it just subtracts from your speed. We can't afford him to die. Haha, I see what you did there. That was a good one. Bro, why does everyone get crit on me? Why does everyone get crit on my units? Oh right, I'm playing FE8. I don't want to just feed this to Gilliam. So we'll feed it to Ford. Yeah, and then there's no like body ring. There's no like con boosting rings in Engage, which feels really bizarre. Like it feels like it should be there. Free restore. So if I had to take a shot at like why the 8 formula exists, my guess is they were like, oh, like women need to have lower con because they're women, but now their 8 is going to be like astronomically high, and we need to make this balanced, I guess. Feels like whatever. Like, if I have to, like, try to put myself in their shoes, like, I imagine that was their thought process. It's like they just didn't want, like, 8 stats to go higher than, like, 15 or 16. Nobody told them Shin can double generals. Okay, well, Shin's a favorite. We're so close. I actually need Nino to go up here for a sec. Not Nino. Loot. I was thinking of the other cool mage. Yeah, Shin's just like that. Shin's just awesome. He's real for it. Oh, is the yeah? The name is like. So bear with me. My FE8 or my FE6 patch that I use is incredibly outdated. Oh, that was an Armor Slayer. I guess that could have done 18 damage. That would have done quite a bit. Wouldn't have killed, but. I know the official names, I just say the ones I like. That's kind of what happens to me. Like, I know a lot of the official names, but I'm just so used to a lot of the older names that I just default to them. Yippee! She got strength just to spite Vanessa. Yeah, I just like the name Tate. So I like calling her Tate just because I like the name a lot. Oh, she doubles now. Never mind, I just get away with murder. Never mind, I can just do whatever I want. Never mind. God just has favorites, I guess, and I'm one of them. That would have been hilarious. If that would have happened, I would have been begging Vanessa to never level strength. Because obviously leveling strength would be cursed. Okay, that was terrifying. It's still not playing the one enemy left music. There's still an enemy somewhere up here. It's kind of scaring me. Oh, I never killed the priest down here, I think. Tana, I have a job for you. Because I'm pretty sure, like, this room's empty, right? It's Gib. Gib. Pick up. Meow. Let's see, I think I'll feed this to... I think I'll feed Gib to Joshua. I love rescue dropping. Awesome. Yulia and Yubello. Yeah, their names are supposed to like start with the same letter, like Yumina and Yubello. So they're both supposed to start with either J or Y. Like you don't make them different. That's like the whole point of their names. It's so bizarre to, like, canonically make it Yubello with a J. And then, like, keep the other one as a Y. Especially whenever we already have, Julia. Like, I know we have, like, I know we have repeating names all the time. But, like, you could try to avoid it at least. Alright, let's get ready to beat up this guy. Now we're just doing a little bit of cleanup. Oh, I guess I have to, like, do that. Yeah, at least it's nice enough to not start with the killer axe, so you can just get it. Free killer axe. Free EXP. There we go. I am choosing to believe Geb doesn't have 2 range because he's an idiot. That's my headcanon. Another chest key I could use. Nope. Wowie. Stupid throne bonuses. Actually, what does Axe Reaver Ephraim look like? Where is the Axe Reaver? Who has it? I think Luke has it. Meow. Axe Reaver. Do throw and still give 5 res? Yep. They give 30 avoid, 3 defense, 5 resistance, and it's putrid. Here we go. We can do something like this and like pick them up and drop them afterwards. Yeah, I do not like throne bonuses in GBA FE. I think they're kind of garbage. I would take it if it was like 20 avoid and 4 defense at that point. Like, I would I think the 30 avoid is like the worst part. I think 30 avoid's just way too high. Who'd you say is the most iconic one-off nobody boss in FE? Huh. That's a good question. Dual crit. Aww. Who's like a really iconic boss? Yeah, Bada the Beast is one. He's pretty iconic. Oh, Denning. Denning's a good one, though. Oh, Grommel. Grommel, FE9. That's a pretty iconic one. Well. Thanks, Abram. Yep. Cool. Get me out of this place. Yeah, it's kind of hard to make a compelling boss that just stands on a throne. We're on Ephraim route because I like it more. And because I'm more familiar with it. If I'm going to play the game with all Fog of War, I'm going to play the route that I'm more familiar with. Is there anything I need to pick up? Meow. It's expensive, but I can buy another torch. Just in case. Otherwise, I think I have just about everything else I need. Route Birthright reference. No, we're not playing Birthright. Let's see. Tana. She'll be fine. I trust her. Alright, we get a free Slim Lance. There we go. When do we start doing Pacifist route? Wasn't there someone who tried to do, like, Conquest Pacifist or something? Or not quite Pacifist, but it was like, what's the minimum number of kills you need to get in Conquest or something? Oh, it's dark. Oh, wait, I have stat boosters. I should use those. Hi, Doozle. All 3 Fates routes, and it was like a minimum kill %. I know I've seen it show up in my recommended. I know I've seen it in my recommended before. Shoot. I don't want you. I don't want you. You. Here, actually, do like this for a sec, because I think I want to bring Tana. I like Tana. So who do I want? I want you two, because I like you two, because I like Falco Knights. I want you two. I want you. Oh, I guess I could drop Garcia now. Yeah, we'll just drop Garcia here. We're not long-term Garcia-ing today. You'll need a Dorky. TG's Conquest was 99 movement enemies. Yeah, that does sound like that would cause some problems. No long-term name, you're Garcia. Jacob, are you okay? Look, sometimes when a relationship's been going on long enough, you have to find ways to spice things up. FE8 and I have been in a very long-term committed relationship, but we're looking for some new things every now and then. Let's see, get you a new Iron Lance. I don't have a new Iron Lance. Whoop. Sounds like I should have been paying attention. I refuse to pay the extortion prices. I'll just live with my consequences. Do a staffless run. I kind of want to try like an FE8, an FE6 staffless at some point. I think doing like FE6 staffless could be funny, except for the part where there's status. The Berserk stabs would be the scariest part. I know someone's done FE5 staffless. I know someone's done FE5 staffless full recruitment. Which is maddening to think about. But yeah, I know someone's done FE5 staffless. And they actually managed to recruit Misha. Yeah, they did full recruitment. They went A route and did full recruitment. And that scares me. I'll look at both of you vulnerary, actually. Which is crazy, because it would take an insurmountable amount of money to make me play 24x. The map is garbage. Energy Ring, Speedwing, and Angel Robe. God, both my calves are refusing to have single-digit strength. Where's all my strength? Did I download like an Excel emblem patch or something? Like FE8, no strength? Let's see. I do kind of like putting an Angel Robe on Tana just because I like her. So she stays alive and everything. Actually, what is Vanessa? Is Vanessa behind on HP? She looks really behind on hit points. Hold on, let me check something. Like, how far behind is Vanessa on HP? She's ahead by 2? Wow, I am so used to giving Vanessa the Angel Robe. Yeah, 17 base on only a... Oh, it's only a 50% growth. Yeah, I am so used to doing Angel Robe Vanessa at this point. Wow. One not so impressive one they've had on the back burner is routing FE5 mounts only. Ooh, indoor maps sound terrifying. On the bright side, mounts do get movement on promo, which carries over to their dismounted class. So you won't be stuck with 5 movement forever. You do get 6 move indoor units eventually. We'll say promote. How about... I'm giving it to Tana. I like her more. She deserves it. Energy Ring and Speedwing. I'm going to save that Speedwing in case I need it on Colm to steal a gem and a Speedwing later. Energy Ring. I feel like an Energy Ring would work on, like... Energy Ring Josh could go kind of crazy. Like, I could use it to fix Vanessa's strength. And I probably should. But... Joshua or Vanessa? I feel like Vanessa's the correct play here, just to help her catch up some. How about this? We're going to close this poll. Wow, 1RN1. I didn't think people liked 1RN. Maybe that's just me. Let's see. Who gets the energy ring? Let the record show you would have gone hybrid. I would pick hybrid. I like hybrid RN. I think hybrid RN's like the perfect middle ground for like a good RN system to use. All right, and click send post. All right, I'm gonna go fill up my water again. I'll be right back. I'm back. I think it's okay when 35 doesn't equal 0. Yeah, that's some of why I like hybrid RN. It makes it so that the enemy low percents are still a threat in some way, while also making the game feel more fair to the player with their higher hit chances. Because I don't think the game needs to be fair. I think the game needs to be fun. So if fun trumps fair in some way, then I think that's valid. And I think the game should roll with it. If it's Vanessa, I'll eat the customer's popcorn. Time to start munching. Yeah, this is the Dussel map. So I guess Vanessa gets the ring. Let's see if she can make up for her crimes against strength. Okay. Yeah, we'll feel calm. I don't think there's any armors on this map. This chapter might be the first death. This chapter kind of gets me sometimes. Also, the English version added a deployment slot right here. You have like 10 slots for this map in the Japanese version. The English version added a slot. So, yeah, thank you for adding a deployment slot. I will say I don't find it fun when a weak 100% hit isn't a choice. Oh, like whenever you have to rely on like lower percent hits. Like, think for a moment. Could you imagine if early game FE6 was 1RN? Like, that sounds terrifying. Like, I think people overblow FE6's like hit rate issues a bit, but I can't imagine like early game FE6, but it's even less reliable now. That sounds scary. Okay, I think we're pretty set to go. Oh, we don't need to restore. Who do you want to bring? All of them. No, sire. I've also thought about trying to do like a super turbo deploy everyone FE8, like a guidance style deploy everyone, and then like jack the enemies up level wise, but God, moving more than like 18 units per turn sounds miserable. It sounds insanely unfun. Like, I know some people get really touchy about their deployment slots and about how like, oh, how upsetting it is that I have to like bench people, but I can't imagine deploying more than... Like, I feel like 16 near the end of the game is like the most. There's like a science to having the right amount of deployment slots, but anything above like 16 is kind of pushing it, I think. Remember Chapter 3 of FE1? Oh yeah, where you just have like, what is it, like 15 units deployed and there's like 10 enemies on the map? I can't see the ballista! Oh! Oh, that's scary. Huh. Oh me, oh my, the consequences of my actions. Don't think you can eat the whole large popcorn yourself. It has butter on it. Well, that's the encouragement. I love, especially like movie theater popcorn. Like, oh my gosh, I love that stuff. I get like whole tubs of that stuff. Yeah, this might be a little scary. Goodbye, Selena. Hello, Baron, this guy. Also, Baron has a way different loadout in this game compared to the Japanese version. The Japanese version of this boss has, like, steel sword, short bow, long bow, I think. But no, in the English version, he has Lance Reaver, killer bow, long bow. Oh, I also can't see Cormac in the fog. That's also scary. Moving like 15 tanks, 20 infantries in Advance Wars? Sure. 35 Fire Emblem units? No way. I haven't played Advance Wars, so I don't know if I would be used to it. But yeah, having to move more than like that many units just sounds incredibly tedious. If I had to take a guess, I imagine there's more, what's the word? Not science, but more like precision in like moving your FE units properly. I don't quite know what the consequences of like a unit dying in Advanced Wars is like versus Fire Emblem, but I imagine in like an FE game, you have to be a little bit more precise with... Oh my god. That's upsetting. Loot. Kill this guy. Unit stacking is expected in Advanced Wars. Okay, that's what I thought. So I imagine you don't have to be like as precise with like, oh, I gotta move everyone, but I gotta make sure like nobody dies. Like if I move wrong, like somebody ends up dead, it's my fault. There's a new Ice Age moving. I have only ever seen the first Ice Age once forever ago, and I remember nothing about it. Yeah, we kind of gotta... It's less that I have to get to Dusel and more that I have to save his boys, because for some reason they've stationed themselves where the two that want to fight the mercenaries coming at them, like, one of them's at the bottom, and the one that would want to fight the pirates is on the right. Dusel, you're throwing. Okay, look out for the Lance Reaver guy. On the bright side, our Kyle is kind of locking in. He's kind of goated. How much do the mercs do to him? Oh, the mercs tickle him. He is fine. Kyle, go nuts. I do remember this guy has a Lance Reaver, and he's kind of scary. Gilliam's just that way. Also, 12 AS is just enough to double things in this game because it's FE8. Where is he? Where's the boat? I'm scared. Did I put her in range of the bow? Am I stupid? No, I didn't. Schrodinger's fleet. You cannot know whether the fleet exists or not until it shoots one of your Pegasi. Anyways, nice Lance Reaver, idiot. Yeah, the fog's the only change, and I'm trying to Ironman it. But it's Thracia fog. I'm pretty sure the boats can move and attack at the same time. Or maybe I'm just making that up. Hold on. I made it all up. Okay, we're kind of cramped in here. It's a little, call and get him. Nice. Free Lance Reaver. Where is he? Where's the guy? Light it up. I know roughly where they are, but I'm scared. Here we go. There he is. I am probably going to be promoting Colm at some point, yeah. Because I don't really plan on using Ross. And, like, I could just sell it, but I don't know. I feel like promoting him so he stays alive easier would be nice. Kind of want to run you down, yeah. Go get him, Tiger. Yippee! Ooh, nice speed. Loot's kind of going for it. Okay. Archer. Ew. How do I want to do this? Actually, how do you do against these guys? That's the real question. Ford, I swear to God. Is the Ocean Seal still really expensive in this game? I thought they lowered the Ocean Seal cost in this game compared to FE8. Or FE7. Because it's not trying to be some, like, special promo item anymore. Because for some reason, they decided to do that with Dart, and I still haven't figured it out. Yep, that's Ephraim, alright. That's upsetting. I could try to roll a Steel Lance, but I don't want to do that. Just get this guy. What's your range? Can Tana survive the ballista? Actually, I think she can, because 24, 29. Yeah, she actually does live a ballista hit, huh? but... Oh, give me a sec. Something got deleted by accident. Let me fix it. Okay, it's not gonna let me undo it. Okay, we'll just roll with it. Don't mind it. Okay, so I could, like, chip this guy with you, and then finish with you. Cool. Yippee! Okay, so that's your range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, shoot. Fine, we'll just do like that. Free torch. We'll just go right there. Ooh, you want to attack Gilio. No! Anyways. Ugh. I know she's fine, it just scares me. I've been hit, I need to run. Okay, here he comes. Shoot, she can still reach that tile. Idea cooking. Get the elixir. I kind of want Tana to help with recruiting Cormag, but I also want to get rid of this boat so I can get the free secret book. Vanessa does not live a hit, right? No, she actually does. Because you have 28 bulk. If she's at full hit points, she lives. Or if she has more hit points, she lives. So yeah, we'll just do like this. We'll have Vanessa fight the ballista. Okay, we'll do that. It is a blessing and a curse that the cav always hides in the village. I hate it. I know it keeps him alive, but God, it's annoying. Okay, everyone start rolling down here. I'm just gonna leave these guys to fight the mercenary. I think I'm behind what I usually do for this map. I think I'm like a turn behind. Because Cormag's about to start schmoobing and that scares me. Here, grab. You can go down to there. You can go down to there. Ooh, hold on. Patch her up. Watch this. Here we go. Like that. Yeah, that's what we do. Grab a vulnerary for a sec. Grab you. Take. Yeet him over the wall. And now we can grab Dusel next turn. Why have I never done that before? That's my first time ever doing something like that. Why haven't I just done that in all my previous playthroughs? Wait, for going supports in this run? Okay, so my brain's really weird when it comes to supports. Because if I get one, I feel like I have to get a whole lot more of them. Like, oh shoot, I've already set up a support chain. I need to make sure I finish it. It's just a weird way my brain works for some reason. I love rescue dropping so much. Mobility tools are fun in this game. $13 attack, 10. Oh, you're gonna face crit from him though. You'd face crit from him. I don't want to do that. All right, let's see how this goes. Yeah, rescue is fun as a mobility tool. Parap's also a pretty fun mobility tool. I'm more adept at using rescuing for mobility. I'm just more used to using it. Oh shoot, they trapped him. Somebody save him! Doosel, stab the guy. Get him! I gotta heal all the way to full. There we go. Doosel decided to lock in. I swear to God, if you use my silver axe, I'm gonna be so upset you have no idea. Okay, use the steel axe. The steel axe. You're chilling my boat now. Doosel, save us! Yeah! Save him, that's your job! Oh wait, that's my job. Hey, Cormac! Where are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here, grab out the other torch staff. Where is he? Torch. Whoop. Shoot. I think he starts moving like this turn or something. So he's just hiding. Gilliam, keep doing what you're doing. Woo! Love these fleets appear and then never again. Yep. They just show up for a map and then they're like, nah, we're kind of done using these things. We don't need them anymore. Forward. Oh, time for my favorite enemies, the stationary trio that just don't move despite having scary weapons. Kyle, go here because you're an iron wall. I could have vulnerary first, actually. We'll get the support, I guess. I'm gonna get it also so I don't accidentally click the support button one day. Because I really don't want to mess up a run because I accidentally clicked the support button. Took me 3 years to learn the killer bow is stationary. Yep, he just sits there. And doesn't do much. Yo, welcome to the Big Iron Store. What can we sell you? No, I can't see him anymore. There he is. Okay. Bonk. Imagine bows hitting flyers at 5x damage with a 200 hit bonus. Now that's effective damage. Run, Mr. Lance Cav, run! They're gonna get you. That was scary. Wow, I was right on the edge of his range, huh? How much damage would that have done? Oh my god, these guys. Okay. Vanessa, bonk this guy. Nice! Nope, still not gonna level strength. That's my girl. Alright, Joshua, go to town on these guys. Show them who's boss. Big Iron. Yeah, we gotta get Gilliam up to D sword so we can use the Iron Blade. Fred Holma training arc. Do I talk with Doosel or I talk with Tana? I think I'm gonna talk with Doosel. I want to talk with Doosel because I want to use Tana to like grab this guy and get the village. I might just have Forge State on here for the rest of the map. Fates has I don't think Fates has a hit bonus for effective weapons. You just lose hit. if you don't use the weapon properly. Alright, so there's some scary wyverns now. Oh, that works. Yep, you double this guy. Yeah, Cormag's kind of cool. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of Cormag. He falls into that category of, I know this unit's good, I'm just not a fan, I guess. That's kind of my thoughts on Cormag. Like, I know he's decent, but, like, I don't know. 88 hit on that, like, I don't know. Low skill and luck. Exactly 100 hit with an Iron Lance at base. I'm not feeling it, Chief. Wait, yeah, Cormac used the Iron Lance, right? Wait. Did he just decide to use it? Well, I did check a combat forecast. That'd be really funny if he just decided to not. Yeah, if you're going to use Cormac, I highly recommend giving him, like, a secret book. He wants it. I know the halberd guy in Chapter 6 will sometimes just use the Iron Axe, and I don't know why. He's saving it for later. I guess he acknowledges that you gotta save the good weapons for later. Oh, we don't got a javelin. Here, give him a javelin real quick. Give me that. Not that I don't trust you, but, like, I don't know, like, accidents happen. Cormac, why are you killing us? We would have joined you! Captain, you should have just said something. There we go. Can you have the Elysian Whip? Sure. Go for it. Okay. I think we're pretty stable right now. I don't think I'm going to try to kill Baron, but I know I want to try to kill those two Gabs. Oh, I got to get Helium to choke this top part, I think. Show me everything. Oh, wait, Natasha already has A stabs? Buh? Where does she get that? They grow up so fast. There's the boat. To be fair, Torch gives like 5 weapon experience. So she gets a lot of rank from doing that. But also because building rank is not that hard in FE7 and 8. The world isn't ready to know that, but building rank is not that hard in FE7 and 8. It's so easy. As long as you're like deliberate about it. Hey Josh, can you like not die? I just gave you some stat boosters. Can you, like, put the gun down, please? You got defense. Okay, here come the Cavs. I want to send someone back to distract them. Get down, Natasha! Okay, hand axe. Okay. Josh, don't scare me like that. I gotta heal! Tonics, Cormac's good for the game and paired ending. Yeah, isn't the paired ending like, all of Cormac's paired endings are like, he left to live by himself. No one knew where he disappeared off to. And one day, he rejoined the ranks as a common soldier. But if you get the Tana ending, it's like, he tried to do all that, and then Tana found him. And now he's in the Freylia. Now he's with the Freylia squad. Nice. Actually, yeah, how much warp range would she have right now? Woo, 5 warp range. Look at her go. Minimum warp range. God, there's so many of these guys. Engage warp range. Pew. Okay, I need to make sure Natasha, like, drinks a Vulnerary this turn, because she's hungry. Deucel's so awesome. I always forget how awesome Deucel really is. This unit's a monster. Just lives forever and never dies. What else could you want in a unit? Was this a chance of death? Nah. Yeah, and all the A ranks is so funny. Boy, imagine if he only had B rank swords like the Japanese version. He'd be unusable. Think about it. Still waiting for a game that calcs warp range based on level. That sounds interesting. Wait, did one of your messages get blocked? He can't run away from a slightly pushy princess. Why did that get censored? I don't know. YouTube auto mod is weird sometimes. We're on 7 out of 8. We still got time. Yeah, I got time. Here, Colm can help block the bottom part. Here, we'll also get the other cab support. When you reset your level with the second seal, the warp range also resets. Hey, that's just how FE6 Devil Axe works. Because FE6 Devil Axe is 21 minus level. So whenever you promote, it resets your Devil Axe backfire chance. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. So as long as we go like down here, we're fine. Actually, we'll put him like here so I can drop him somewhere nearby-ish, kind of, somewhat-ish. We'll drop him like that. Not that I don't trust you, Tana, but like, accidents happen. I know there's a Luna guy down here somewhere too. I guess, yeah, Ephraim now has his Alan and Lance support. It's just like that one game. Gilliam, poke this guy. Bonk! Bonk. They should make a magic tome that has the devil effect, but it doesn't tell you. Oh boy. IS not disclosing. He got luck. That's huge. We're breaking new grounds. Okay. So, you have a vulnerary? You do not. There's a vulnerary. You do. The other boat is dead, so she shouldn't need it, but I'm also scared. What if there's a tome that reduced your magic, but if it went too low, you could underflow? I have had that happen by accident. Where I tried to set a unit's like stats to be really low, but I set them too low, and it made their magic underflow to ridiculously high. I was trying to get them a 0 magic base, but I did the thing wrong. So he started with -1 magic, and it set him to like 1 billion magic base. Bonk. Bonk. God, Deuce was just like this. Bonk. Goat spotted. I think Hugh should join with 0 in all stats if you pay full price. Well, there's a Luna guy. That could have been scary. Oh, right! Older versions of FE4 patches and, like, the Japanese version, Lewin said would sometimes have his speed overflow back down to base. He actually takes damage if I use swords, but I can get more weapon rank if I use swords. Think about it. So I might use Kyle to wall over here. Oh, it still exists? I thought some modern patches, like, fixed it. Because I know some FE4 patches will, will patch out like known glitches like that, which I appreciate. It does mean that we start crossing the line of like, at what point does it stop being like the true original FE4 or whatever, but I don't know. I don't mind it. Shouldn't Gilliam's armor be pure red with all the bodies that's crushed into it? He has to keep it clean. He has to make it look nice and pretty. Ford, I trust you. I don't know why I do, but I trust you. If it doesn't have the Daisy auto-marry glitch, it's not a good version. I don't know if many versions still have that. Kind of want to just Silver Axe here. Actually, here, dump like your entire inventory for a sec. Iron Axe, Hatchet, Hand Axe. There we go. Then yeet the Javelin. He has a giant sack of wet wipes. Yeah, that's how he keeps it clean. He like polishes it in real time. Yeah, there's also like the jealousy thing that gets patched out, which I'm glad it does, because the jealousy thing is stupid, and I'm so happy like modern patches just patch it out. Here, you go right here to stop the mercenary from getting up there. Ooh, idea actually. We use the hatchet here. Yeah. Oh no, he has crit chance. There's a crit chance. Womp. Nice. Well, I guess we're in range of this guy now. The whack loadout. Okay, I keep pressing the minus button, trying to check for enemy ranges. That's not a thing I can do. Can't let you do that, Star Fox. Here, Chippy XP. Go. Is that Luna guy the only guy with a chance of killing Green Doozle? I think so, because otherwise he's just immortal. Why does he have an endgame nomadic trooper loadout? I guess because the dev team thought Baron needed sauce for some reason. Like, of all people, they were like, yeah, Baron needs some more stuff. Load him up. Which, like, that's your goat? There we go. So I was watching a guy play the nerd version. The Armor Slayer name bothered me, and I don't remember what it was. Yeah, it's called Ironbane Sword. So, okay. Time for me to spill some of my thoughts on the page. I think if you're going to do a translation patch for something, that sometimes involves, like, changing the names of some things. Because I'm going to be real, the Ironbane name is just really silly. I would much prefer you call it the Armorbane or like Armor Cutter. Like, I don't know, I think Ironbane is just a really silly name. And it feels very much like it's trying to be a, like, this is a real translation. Like, this is the actual translation from the Japanese. Okay, like, yeah, I'm sure it is, but also, like, nobody calls it that. Ironbane sounds like it would do effective damage against iron weapon holders. Yeah, it just doesn't convey what the weapon does. Like, it's... Like, Ironbane sounds kind of cool, but it also just doesn't convey what the weapon does. At all. Like... But I also remember Lil Nordian gets really weird with, like, name translations of some things. For example, I really don't like translating all the classes as Sword Fighter, Axe Fighter, Bow Fighter. I don't like that. I think that's boring and sauceless. So I like it when translation patches change it to Mercenary, Fighter, Archer. So I think it's kind of ridiculous that some patches, or the newest patch, like, changes it back to... like, just saying fighter after everything. I think that's really boring. I don't like it in Engage either. That's one of my biggest pet peeves with Engage's, like, class names. Is why do we need to have Sword Fighter, Axe Fighter, Lance Fighter? Why couldn't we just call them Mercenary or Myrmidon, and then Soldier and Fighter? Like, I think it's really boring to just call them all Weapon Fighter. And then you also have, like, instead of War Mage, which is a really cool translation, War Mage goes insanely hard. They changed it to Mage Fighter. Instead of Rogue, which sounds pretty cool, they changed it to Thief Fighter. Like, I don't know, that just kind of bugs me a lot. I really don't like that. Oh yeah, there's also, like, Sword Flyer. It's like, really? Like, you couldn't call it, like, Sword Pegasus? Or just Pegasus Knight? And then you denote what weapon they use. Like, I feel like you should have just done, like, Pegasus Knight and then put a little sword icon beside it. I have gone through so much water. I've just been, like, guzzling endless amounts of water. I'm so thirsty. Let's see. One of my favorite English Dragon Ball names is Hyperbolic Time Chamber, and it always bugs me when people say Room of Spirit and Time. Wait, so which one's the correct name? I don't know anything about Dragon Ball. Which one's, like, the actual correct name you're supposed to use then? Room of Spirit and Time is the literal Japanese one. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it's more fun to, like, sauce up a translation. Like, I think too many people... I know too many people see translation and they treat language translation like converting, like, cups to liters. Like, way too many people seem to think that when you translate something, it's the same as, like, converting meters into yards. But it's not. Language is so much more difficult and complex to translate than just running it through a literal translation. Like, when it comes to translating stuff, there's always going to be nuance. That's the right word, yeah. There's always going to be nuance in localizing something so that it actually makes sense in, like, the language you're translating it to. Because I remember seeing, like, a mod for Echoes that was called, like, the Retranslation Project. It's like, see, we've actually properly translated the game this time. We're giving you a genuine Japanese translation. And then if you read the script, it is the most dry, boring script you have ever seen. Like, there is more sauce on a fresh box of spaghetti, like just dry noodles, than in the text. So it's like, okay, like, yes, there's a such thing as a literal translation, but also, like, you kind of have to localize something if you're going to translate it. Like, that's just how it works. Like, you can't just, like, literally translating stuff just does not work. Like, some people just do not understand that literal translations just are not going to work. That's just not how language works. Yeah, localization is important, otherwise you end up with very strange sentences and names that don't work in direct translation. I remember Sword of Heaven and Earth. Sword of Heaven and Earth is an old FE7 ROM hack, like a really old FE7 ROM hack. And it finally got an English translation eventually, but it was all clearly just, like, Google translated. So you get weird stuff, like Lynn's daughter referring to Lynn as, like, Miss Lin or like Master Lin in some places, and it's like, I'm sure if you like directly look at the text, you can surmise that that's like the words that are being used. They just don't mean that in this sentence. They don't mean that in English. Like, there's also like you get a Dark Mage early on, but if you check the Dark Mage's description, its description is like a student of magic wants to become an evil mage. It's like, no, I don't think that's what that's supposed to say. Like, it's like you can't just literally translate it. Otherwise, you get weird stuff like Big Shield. Big Shield proc. I completely forgot Big Shield was in the game. Let's go. Localization discourse is incredibly stupid on both ends, and I wish the Tower of Babel was never built. A tweet I saw. Yeah, it's like, it's just actually impossible to like literally translate something. That's just not how it works. You just can't do that. There was a Japanese web novel you were following, and then they did a machine translation. What is bro doing? What is bro? What? What was that play? What? Bro. She needs to get back into action, I guess. So, I know when, like, enemies and NPCs use vulneraries, they want to use their movements. They really want to use, like, their full movements when they use items. They love using up all their movement. I don't know why, but it's just part of, like, their movement conundrum or whatever, is to use up their full movement. So I guess the desire ran too strong. Alright, here's the plan. Try to chip this guy. It's funny how even Pokemon Dark type is evil in Japan. Yeah, because I'm sure like the word dark and evil like mean a certain thing in Japanese, but to us, or like they're like closely like more synonyms in Japanese most likely. But to us, like dark and evil are like two, like something can be dark without it being evil. Like language is such a crazy thing to try to like do easily. Now, I love learning about languages. I am fascinated with learning about like translation differences and like what words mean in different, like how words translate different ways. I love learning about language and etymology. I think it's fascinating to learn about. In fact, I remember one time while I was younger, I won't give the whole story while I was there, but we took a, after my graduation, we took a trip to another country, and where they primarily speak Spanish. And I remember one of the first things they told us for, let me get a sip. And they had like someone with us that could help do translating and stuff. And one of the earliest things I remember being told is, if you want to try to like tell someone, like if you want to like try to talk to someone, I'll help translate. But remember that jokes and humor do not translate. Like even if you want to like laugh and cut up with someone, remember that like humor and jokes just do not translate. They do not pass the language barrier. I was like, okay, that makes sense. Like I'm sure, like I'll trust you on this one. And then, of course, someone tries to do that. They try to like tell like a joke from like America. It's like, I don't remember what the joke was at this point, but they try to tell a joke. And the guy who was translating told us later, I didn't actually translate your joke. I just told the guy, he's trying to tell you a joke to be friendly, please laugh. Just because stuff like humor, wordplay, like what's considered funny in some cultures, like it just doesn't work. Like you can't just translate. That's just not how that works. Well, we did it. We got the village with the hero crest. We got the torch staff. We routed the map except for the boss. I think we did a pretty good job. That was a pretty solid play. Yeah, no deaths either. We actually made it. Yeah, one of the best ones is like Nurgle's last words get butchered in the English translation. Like Nurgle's last words are supposed to leave it ambiguous whether his last words are about like his wife or about like his work, but they just made him say like quintessence. So it's like, oh, there goes the whole point of that scene. Jacob doesn't know what the cutscene death. Oh right, the part where the part where Kaze dies. Evil's a pretty accurate translation, but they probably they tried to avoid, because a lot of dark moves are dirty tactics. The Pokemon themselves are not evil. Yeah, it's like I'm sure evil makes sense over there, but like the way the connotation and the way evil works for us, like we would assume if a Pokemon's using an evil move, like, oh, that must mean they're like a villain or something. So it's really weird. It's fun to learn about. It's fascinating, but yeah, it's fun to learn about, but it always peeves me off whenever people are like, oh, this isn't like an accurate literal translation. Like, thank God it's not. It would be a worse experience if it was a literal translation. Well, I don't feel like doing Phantom Ship tonight because Fort Rigwall drained me, but we will do the Phantom Ship next time. That sounds like it'll be scary. Plus, I gotta do some preps and stuff. Let's do it like this. Well, thank you all for buy Iron Lances. I will do that. I will buy Iron Lances. Yeah, well, that doesn't make it any better. Yeah, Wind Waker's starting soon. I might... I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I need to look into how I'm going to handle that. The only translation I have problems with is Fate shortening Hoshina names. Yeah, that's weird. They shouldn't have done that. But I guess they were afraid the English audience wouldn't know how to pronounce Tsubaki. Well, yeah, thank you for stopping by. Always appreciate seeing everyone. Don't forget likes and subscribes to go a long way. They help out a lot. Thank you to any Patreons. You guys rock. You guys are awesome sauce. I will see all of you around. See ya.